I don't have enough dicks in my mouth to start. Welcome to the Mercgoat Conspiracy. Today we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna make you think.
Taylor's busy and mad at me.
Who?
Taylor.
Who's
Why?
Taylor?
I
He's
thought
an
you killed
astronaut.
Taylor.
You have an astronaut?
Yeah, he's a friend of mine.
Where'd you meet him?
Via text.
That's not the sketchy guy you bought Spanky from, was it?
No, it's a different guy.
Different sketchy guy?
Are you having space sex with him?
Not yet.
Do you want to have space sex with him?
Yeah, we'll see how things go.
Oh, well, that's good. You always got to see how it works.
Yeah.
He's gonna redefine the jetpack.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet.
So what actually are you doing?
Playing a game called Lifeline.
And do you recommend it to us?
I would recommend to everybody. There's this guy, he got stranded in the middle of space. You know, he has no idea how his ship crashed or anything, and he talks to you. He asks you for advice. I've already beat the game once. You know, your decisions help progress the story. And in one instance, we did get into a little bit of a fight. He got mad at me. He even said, you know what, I have a theory. I think the generator I'm carrying is going to hold a better conversation than you, and turned off his mic and didn't talk to me for like 3 hours.
Is that 3 actual real-time hours?
Real-time hours. He'll go away for like 3 hours. When it's time to sleep, he will actually be out for like 8 hours. Yeah.
Now, do you actually write whatever you want? Is there like a selection
It's
of
two
things to
choices
say?
you get to say to him, and he responds according to each choice.
So, if you tell him to put a gun in his mouth and just pull the trigger...
If that was a choice, yes.
We know John would do that, too.
But it starts off as like, you know, try and keep this guy alive, to space horror, like, it's a 3-day game. It tells you the game will last 3 days, and from there, it goes pretty quickly. I would say that if you don't have it, you should get it. It's at the App Store for 99 cents. Lifeline, one word.
That's a lot of money.
I don't have that money.
It's on sale, too.
I could pay $5 for a cup of coffee, but $1 for a game?
Oh no.
I don't know.
Welcome to America.
Right? I saw that in a meme, actually, recently. Well, while we're dicking around, we are drinking red strawberry ale today. A little bit more mainstream than we normally drink, but it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I like it, actually.
I think it tastes like watered down apple juice with the spurts of strawberry. Not impressed.
So we have some mixed reviews.
It's not
Ginger?
bad.
I've definitely seen better fruit ales.
I've seen more fruit at Gay Pride than this.
You see more fruit
Exactly.
at Gay Pride.
That's saying something.
How about you, Ginger? You're drinking it pretty quick.
I like it.
I mean, it's not bad.
I'm not gonna buy it personally, but
I do like the apple, just the straight apple one better, but that's like apple juice. The regular Reds is like apple juice.
I thought it tasted a lot like apple juice and Miller. Like, I always had a bad aftertaste.
They have a twisted apple now.
I'll have to try it.
Maybe that's next week's.
I don't know.
I'm
I
not-
love
I'm
Angry
not-
Orchard, as I mentioned last week, but it always gives me heartburn.
Yeah, I'm not even really a fan of the regular apple Reds that much. I like Angry Orchard better.
The girl I dated a couple years ago, that's when Reds came out, and she made me buy like 12 packs of it all the time because she loved it. I could go through it, like, as I said, it's apple juice.
I like Woodchuck.
Woodchuck, or of course
Smith and Forge.
Smith and
Oh,
Forge.
I forgot about Woodchuck. Woodchuck.
There's another one. What was the other one?
The one we were, the Mackenzie's.
Yeah, Mackenzie's is good.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
I'll give it a 5 too.
I like it a little better now. I'll give it a 6.
Ginger?
Give it a 7.
Ah, Ginger actually tops the beer score for once.
I'm
Mm.
giving
It
it
tastes like beer, and I can enjoy that. I mean, when I like beer, I like water, so give me a Coors Light.
I'm giving it a 4.
Mm.
Well, people that like to drug people are sometimes named Bill Cosby.
Sim Sam Super Pop. Nothing to remember what's gonna happen in the morning.
So he admitted he drugged someone once?
Yeah, I saw this morning that he.
He admitted that he bought drugs to have sex with women. At least one.
First
least
off, he's
one.
Bill Cosby. He shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah, that's very true.
You want to be the Fat Albert?
So you're saying he calls his dick Fat Albert?
Exactly.
Probably, yeah.
That's the analogy.
You
Have
would?
you ever heard his comedy?
Do you want to do coke off Fat Albert?
You want to try the new Coke? It's gonna be around forever. No?
What?
Wow.
That was from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot. about
You who
that.
doesn't watch The Simpsons?
No, there was an episode with Bill Cosby on there. And
Actual Bill Cosby?
Wasn't it like jazz is like Coca-Cola?
yeah, it was like, what was it? It was the jazz guy. I didn't know what he made a line like that, but the end of it was like, was it? Jazz is like Jello pudding. No, jazz is like Polaroid film. No, jazz is like the new Coke. It'll be around forever.
Oh, I
And
forgot
it
about
wasn't.
that. I remember that.
Nope.
I haven't watched any Simpsons past season 10.
Well, you should know where that reference is because that's been before season 10.
Really?
Yeah,
Much
that's
like
a really
Pepsi
old
Blue,
episode.
or that Coke that was supposed to be good for you.
Which one was that?
Coca-Cola AM or something, I think it was called.
Do you remember Coke Black? It was
I do.
Coke and coffee.
I actually.
Disgusting.
That sounds disgusting.
You guys don't remember that?
No.
No.
Oh yeah, it was disgusting. My brother actually liked it.
What about Crystal Pepsi?
I
Yeah,
liked
I
Crystal
remember
Pepsi.
that. That was gross.
I really liked Crystal Pepsi. Another thing that I liked that most people didn't like is RC Cola.
They
Oh,
still sniff
I think
that.
they still make RC.
they still do. It's disgusting.
Yes. Still
Yeah, they make
disgusting.
It's
but-
never gotten better. It's the same crappy formula they've been using for the same crappy 30 years
Oh,
they've been out.
That
for.
reminds me of that Family Guy part where they're like, "Oh, look, a vending machine! It's a Coke Pepsi vending
a Dr.
machine."
Pepper machine.
Dr. Pepper machine. And they
Oh,
go,
it's an
never mind."
RC Cola machine.
Then there was, of course, the one cola that if you called their line, they would send you a free can. Remember that? Or is that like
No,
showing my
I
age?
honestly don't remember
Show
that.
your age, buddy.
Ah, damn it.
Here we are, mid to 20s, and you know.
Oh yeah, I was like 10 when that happened.
Let's
Shit,
pull out
you guys
30
were,
years
like,
ago worth of
sperm.
crap.
There's a lot of '90s food that I miss.
I just saw an article like that.
I posted on our wall actually. One of them I remember was shark bites, the little
I
shark.
did see that. I remember those.
And I remember the white ones being absolutely fucking disgusting.
Yes. Those are like the Berry Bots every flavor beans, but you know which ones were disgusting.
Yeah, they
oh, the
were-
white ones? Nope.
I always threw the white ones away. Dunkaroos, I don't think they make those anymore. I always had those
Oh
in my
no,
lunch.
they make Dunkaroos still.
Do they really?
Yeah.
I have not seen them.
Yeah. I got those like 5 years ago.
As you know, French Toast Crunch came back recently.
Yep, that's
Although it was always available in Canada. All you had to do was cross the border to get it.
Gotta go all the way to the border to get that. And
Well,
so
now
do
you
I
need a
suppose.
passport to cross the border.
Well, you could always buy it offline too, I guess. But
Mm.
Surge came back, I think only on Amazon.com.
Yep.
I always
Surge
drink
was
that
good.
as
You
a
know there
kid.
was a chemical insert that no other soda had?
I did. I think that's why they took it off.
Meth?
No. Well, besides like the crack cocaine that was infused into it, because that shit got you bouncing.
Well, Coca-Cola actually used to have real cocaine in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
It was trace amounts, to be fair. Then people
oh,
kind of
when
debate.
it was much younger, it was a little more than trace amounts.
It's more like half the bottle.
This shit will make you climb houses.
You're just on the top of the house. I want to fly.
But since we're talking about it, what's one '90s food that you miss that's not along anymore? I miss Doritos 3D, those little ones that were usually in like a Pringles thing almost, and they were little, basically 3D Doritos that were kind of mini.
Me, I personally miss Pepsi Blue. That shit was amazing. And I think there's rumor has it that when they did the first Democracy, when they brought the 3 Mountain Dew flavors in and you vote on which one you liked, there's rumors that Voltage is actually the Pepsi Blue recipe.
Really?
So, yeah.
It's very possible. Or it's
Huh.
probably maybe slightly different.
Yeah, probably tweak a little bit.
Oh, I decided what I miss the most.
Oh,
I miss bubble tape.
Yep.
bubble tape. Bubble tape was cool.
Mhm.
I personally like Orbits. Orbits, I
All those
love
drinks
that
with
shit.
the shit in it.
Yeah.
People either loved or hate that. There was no in between on those.
Yep, Orbits was definitely mine.
Ginger?
I'm somewhere between Surge and Dunkaroos.
I don't drink soda anymore, but if I did, I'd definitely order a case of Surge to have
Maybe
it
we
again.
should.
Oh, I
Just-
also miss the push pops.
They still make all of those. Push Pops.
They
Bubble
make
Tape.
push pops still?
Yeah, they make
Of
bubble
course they do.
tape.
Yeah, some of those are still around,
Like,
maybe.
but the Band-Aid
Hot
one,
brands.
the Band-Aid bubble gum, remember that?
Yep.
Yeah,
That,
Yeah.
oh.
yeah, I remember that.
I used to eat that because it just went straight down. Like, I didn't even mean to, I just did. It's like, I'm just chewing, swallow.
They still make
Whoops.
the bubble gum jug that had the gum in it and like it's basically the fucking sugar that was like flavored. The bubble jug, I think it was called. They still make that. I remember
never-
having that a lot as a kid. That gets you nice and hyper.
For a little kid, yeah.
So he was mentioning, what was that Pepsi hotline thing?
Oh god. it
I know I'm
wasn't
gonna make
Pepsi
you show your
Hotline.
age. I'm sorry.
Well, back in the day, there was, I don't even remember the name of the Coke that it was. It was some horrible shit. I'm talking about horrible. So, if you called their little hotline thing, you could get a free can of soda. So, you drank the free can of soda, and you felt like you wanted to die. But if you were still thirsty, you'd call the thing for another free thing of soda that would come to you 4 days later.
4 days?
Yeah, remember, we had snail mail back then.
No, I'm saying that's impressive. I mean,
Well-
you order something now on Amazon, it depends. It could take 2 to 4 weeks.
You just had bad luck. I get my shit quick.
It depends on where it's coming from.
I'm searching this right now because I want to.
Yeah, I'm curious as well.
Speaking of hotlines, while these two search it,
Mm-hmm.
Cards Against Humanity, I'm sure we've all played it by now,
Yes.
actually has their own hotline. It's the most fucked up hotline ever.
Well, tell me
Oh,
about it.
it's amazing.
It's probably better if we just called it and put it on speakerphone. Does anyone have that number?
Nope.
The last time I called it, it was like out of service.
Was it really?
It's not as funny as me and Merc used to hear it. We used to call it every so often. And
We
laugh
probably
our fucking
pick every
asses off.
option, yeah.
But actually, we'll even post it on the podcast page. It's 1312-756-0834.
There's some pretty funny moments still.
So, I found out what the name of the soda was. It was OK Cola.
Oh,
Was it okay?
okay.
Oh, God, it was horrible.
Oh.
When you strive to make your product just okay, there's generally going to be problems.
And it was 93 that it came out in.
That makes you feel old, doesn't it?
I was 5.
I was 2.
I was born that year.
Can I have it?
Yes, folks, my girlfriend was born that year.
90. Okay, do they still make it?
No. They...
It opened in 93, it closed in 94.
No, it opened in 93 and closed in 93.
It was at the end of the year. They got through
Discontinued
that.
95.
95?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They made 2 years.
They aggressively courted the Generation X demographic. The drink slogan was, things are gonna be okay, and they obviously weren't with this cola.
That's true. It
But you
tasted
didn't-
like ball sweat.
What you didn't know is it's 20% urine. It's cheaper than water to produce.
Well, how is it cheaper than water? They gotta get a bunch of guys to pee in a vat.
Yeah, but
Well, they just hid stuff behind urinals. They had a really intricate plan.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
that was the urinals in their office, and that would be the tour. You go in, you take a piss, and it collects the urine. They're like waterless urinals. I don't know. I'm just trying to rationalize it.
Let's just stop there. Anyway, we missed the 90s. Most of us grew up kind of in the 90s.
Or the 80s.
Or the 80s. I
Sorry.
said most of us.
Well, I was still in the 80s in 95. That was the day that my girlfriend ran up behind me, screamed like an Indian in the lunchroom, and cut my ponytail off.
What?
Yep.
Why?
I allow it.
She hated it.
I would have killed her right there.
I wanted to kill her, but I was in shock.
It would have been a mercy killing.
I'm
Right.
mercy killing.
It would have looked like the Viet Cong had gone through the cafeteria with her head on a stake and her body dismembered.
I wanted to end her.
That's really
But she
dark.
was the bearer of my
I
sex,
haven't heard any
so...
references to Viet Cong since like high school history class.
Why? I always make references to Viet Cong. What's more violent than the Viet Cong?
Well, if you like going to the Viet Cong, you probably like sleeping with very underage girls. Much like Jared.
Yeah, Jared. Jared, that's right. Subway Jared was, it was actually this morning that the FBI raided his house for child pornography. That's right, the guy who's trying to sell you and shove 12-inch subs down your mouth is also accused of watching children have sex with each other.
He was accused of
Way to
shoving-
go, guy. Way to go.
He was accused of shoving another 12-inch thing somewhere.
It kind of surprises me with some of these celebrities. Like,
It surprises you?
Well,
He
so-
looks like a child molester.
No, but like, let's say Bill Cosby. Because Bill Cosby, he was the good, you know, just the really nice, really good, clean comedian.
That's
It's
true.
good pervert, bad pervert.
Jared,
Good pervert, yes.
Good pervert, bad pervert.
Jared could have gone either way. Jared, maybe he looks like the guy that would touch your 5-year-old son.
Well, he will, then.
But he doesn't, like, you don't know. He might not, you know, he may not act like that in person. It's kind of like Pee Wee Herman there, who what was it, just a pornography cinema and came on the guy in front of him or something?
Yeah, it was just coming on the guy in front of him.
Hey, do you know the 3 most famous people that get shot in the back of the head?
You already went over this.
Do we?
Yeah, you did this.
On the
Yeah.
show.
On the
Yeah.
show,
Repeat
yeah.
it anyways.
No, I'm done.
You done?
Listen to old episodes if you want to hear it.
I'm not
Oh,
done.
I wasn't
another
here.
5 minutes.
What?
I gotta get another 5 minutes.
You better keep stroking it then.
Stroking it as fast as I can.
Well, if you want any help, just let me know.
I'll let you know.
If anyone listening actually wants to know, message me.
Please press 5.
Please press 5. Yeah, I'm gonna make my own infinite loop fucking phone number. See where that goes.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
Fast.
If you want the answer to the joke, please press 5. Fuck you. Click.
For English, press 1. 1. Boop, boop, boop. Hangs up. You don't even get past that part.
Nah, I want to give him a little hope.
No, I don't want to give him hope at all. Nothing but despair.
Personally, I think that we should just make a Mercgoat Conspiracy phone number. And, to talk to Ginger, press 1. And he'll just yell at you in the phone.
Hey! How's it going?
To
Want to talk to
ridicule
me?
Sam about his sex life, press 2.
If you have reality questions, press 3. If you want to be swore at, press 4 for Merc. Son of a bitch!
If you want to hear the 4 of masturbate together, please stay on the line.
Hey, for a couple $1 million.
We got another one, guys.
Hey, if the price is right.
If the price...
It would have to at least be 7 digits, but that's not the point.
I'd say 75, 15, 381 pop.
We went to the price is right. Awesome.
You should get a commercial number. It should be 1-800-MERC.
Merc you. 1-800-MERC-U.
Right you, we could do that.
I can't wait to see what South Park does with Jared.
Oh
That'd
my
be
God.
fascinating.
Oh,
Every
that'd be
year
hilarious.
something every time around this time and all this stuff's going on, I always wonder in 2 or 3 months down the road what they're always going to do.
Yeah.
Because there's so much material already. Stuff I
Why
can't
do they
even
make it
remember.
within the day now?
Huh?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they make
They
one
lost
episode-
power once, and they actually weren't able to play the episode because of it.
I do remember that. Because I think you and me went to go watch it and we're like,
Yeah, I was there
we've seen
too, I
this.
think.
Yeah,
That
they
was
make it
odd.
like the day it's due now.
I don't think they make the whole thing, but I think they make.
No, it ends up in... It ends up in Comedy Central Studios that morning. It takes them a whole week to make it. Because making an animated episode in a day is impossible.
I think they have the basis, but I think they wait on certain things to the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, and I always can't wait for new South Park. I think we all can.
Just
Okay.
religious.
Yeah,
Watch it religiously.
absolutely. It's one of those shows that doesn't get old. Family Guy, you can't watch the same episode a whole lot.
No, you see the same jokes and you get bored. I just watched the Mecha Streisand episode again last night for like the 5th or 6th time. And I was just, what's not funny about it?
Well, since you mentioned Mecha Streisand, we have a new Fuck, Marry, Kill. Since Mr. Herbie here is taking over it.
Yep, I'm making it harder. And by harder, I mean it won't be very hard for us.
No one's going to be
We're
hard.
talking about the Fuck, Marry, Kill, right?
Alright, so, Merc, please tell them who I've picked for you this day.
Bette Midler, everyone knows is a singer.
Yep,
Barbara
and
Stra-
she also was Winifred Sanderson in that Disney movie.
Okay, she did do some acting.
She was a witch.
Yep,
Barbara Streisand, who has done singing and acting.
yep.
And Sally Field, who's done acting. I don't know if she's done singing.
She's done a lot of acting. She was in Sabrina. She was in The Flying Nun. So, Merc,
I can't kill them all.
you can't kill them all. You gotta fuck one, and you gotta marry one, and you gotta kill one.
Well, Barbara Streisand I hate. She has a huge nose. She turns into Mega Streisand. We know that from South Park.
Mhm.
She's dead.
Alright.
Extra dead.
Isn't that how she turns into Mecha Streisand?
She finds all the triangles and puts them together.
Okay.
Sally Field looks like she was okay 60 years ago.
No, she was
Okay.
in Lincoln and she looked fine.
She's not bad. I guess that'd be my fuck. She doesn't look hideous.
Mhm.
She was in some more modern movies. She was in Lincoln. She was also in something else I saw recently. It eludes me, but she has been more active than the other two as of recent.
Thankfully.
And Bette Midler, I believe, is a redhead, right?
Yes.
I like redheads, so there's my Mary.
Okay, so you gotta marry the really, really, really rich girl. Shocking.
I picked her because she's a redhead.
Okay.
Redhead, rich, they both begin with R.
Barbara Streisand has money.
Well, yeah, but you hate her, so you killed her already.
I'll take her money after I kill her. Like,
Hate crime. I'm not
hate
gonna
crime.
hate crime, that's Oprah.
All right,
Damn
Ginger,
riches.
What do you got?
You can come back to me. I'm looking up some stuff.
So
Okay.
first and foremost, Barbara Streisand's dead.
Thank you.
Robert Smith comes in and
Oh,
uses the Sonic, blah, 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 blah. That whole South Park episode happens all over again. She's gone.
Okay.
That's kind of tough. I think I'd marry Sally Fields.
Okay.
Because I do like her acting. And I think I'd just look at Bette Midler. And just, we're gonna make Hocus Pocus 2.
There you go. Well, they're already making Hocus Pocus 2.
Well, it's gonna be the third. It's gonna be a trilogy.
Trilogy.
It's where they go to Mordor.
Send the Harvest to Isengard, eh?
Oh, yeah.
That brings me flashbacks of our movie.
Alright, so for me, I kind of neutered myself already. I gotta kill Sally Fields. But only because I can't fuck her or marry her because she looks way too creepily like my mother.
Alright, that's a fair point.
So, she's gotta die.
That's fair.
I mean, I like my mom, but I don't want to like my mom. So, she's dead.
I got a pretty mouth.
So, Streisand, I'm going to have to appease with my penis. For she will otherwise come up and eat my face. So, the Streisand gets appeased with my dick. That's my fuck.
Is she appeased?
Well, she
Do you
will
fuck
be
her in the
appeased.
nose?
I'll fuck her anywhere she needs me to fuck her. I don't want to get Mecha Streisand.
You can definitely nose fuck her.
What's Mecha Streisand? Is that what she clenches and just rips your neck off?
Well, I'm sure Bette Midler would be very, very unhappy with that. But, I would marry Bette Midler because, well, she's actually kind of a fun girl. She's nice. She is rich, but at least I'd be able to chat with her. She's smart. So, that's mine.
Ginger.
I was looking this up. Sally Fields has a net worth of $50 million. Bette Midler has a net worth of $225 million.
Okay, what a gap.
Barbara Streisand
She's the
has a
richest.
net worth of $500 million.
Yeah, I figured that should be way worth more. I'd still kill her.
I mean, yeah, I'm going to kill Barbara Streisand regardless. I'll marry Bette Midler and fuck Sally Fields.
Alright, so Bette Midler was actually pretty popular.
Yep.
And
Even-
Bette Midler has blonde hair now. She's no longer a redhead.
Well, fuck that. Well, I'll just live in the past.
Just give her a wig.
Because I'm sure all them are. They're all at least pushing their 60s by now.
Yeah, 60s, 70s.
All right. So, that was an interesting turnout.
This just keep getting interesting. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Oh,
I
I'll do
like
it.
your formula. You're picking out some ones that are just huh.
Yeah, this is
I mean-
definitely your thing.
If you want to go hard mode, we can go fuck,
Nancy
marry,
Reagan,
kill.
Hillary Clinton, and
No.
Nancy Pelosi.
No, your mother, your sister, your daughter.
Oh.
All three.
I don't have a sister or a daughter.
Act like
Yeah.
you do.
Can I fuck, marry, kill all three?
No.
So you're just gonna marry them after you fuck them? Oh no, you'll marry them, fuck them on the night, and then kill them.
Actually, maybe not kill them. Can we not kill them?
Nope.
FMK
Come on, will
Incest
you-
Edition.
Half of us are from South County. That part of the state.
Yeah, but I ain't part of that South, alright?
I'm the only one that's lived down south.
What?
I'm the only one that's actually lived down south.
Lucky you.
It's nice. So speaking of the South, Confederate flag is apparently a problem.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna do this without getting too political. It's gonna be really hard.
No, it's not.
Technically, it's not the Confederate flag.
It's the Virginia battle flag.
It's the Virginia battle flag, the Confederate flag. It has the Virginia flag in it, but there's another, like a white section, a red section to make the complete Confederate flag.
That is also true.
So it's the Virginia battle flag that's under.
Regardless of what you think about it, the fact that TV Land took the Dukes of Hazzard off,
It's on the General Lee.
because there's the Confederate flag on the General Lee is
Oh,
absolute bullshit.
They're also planning on replacing it with the U.S. flag somehow.
Yeah, the guy that owns one of the originals plans on redoing it. Yep.
Mhm.
So you're also basically breaking a monument at the same time.
Yep.
So, let me get this straight. So, the Confederate flag, because, and I said, as you said, we're not going to get political here. Supposedly, according to, from what I'm getting out of this, the United States is the only country that's ever had slavery, and we were just evil with it, and then we've gotten rid of it. We're like one of the few countries that, well, one of the first ones to probably get rid of it. It was, we have a symbol that doesn't represent slavery, but we're going to get rid of it because it's around during that period. Amazon doesn't sell the product anymore. Walmart won't sell the product anymore.
But you can buy a Nazi flag.
But you can buy Nazi flags. We can watch Nazi propaganda videos.
Well, the reason
can,
why
But not in Germany, you can't do that.
Oh,
In Germany, the Nazi flag is banned.
And in Germany, you can't even own Wolfenstein 3D because of the symbolism on the walls.
Just to play devil's advocate here, the reason why people say it represents slavery is because either they're misinformed and people just told them it represents slavery, or it's because most people would say that the reason why the South wanted to break off from the North was because they wanted to keep their slavery.
A lot of it had to do with states' rights too, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Overall, I think honestly it goes back to just the First Amendment. We allow the KKK to exist. We allow neo-Nazis to exist in this country.
Yeah.
It's the freedom of speech. You may not agree with, and I don't know what anyone here believes about the Confederate flag. Whether you think it's just a heritage thing or it has to do with slavery, let them have it. Let them have the flag.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal that they let them have the flag. The reason why it was brought up in the first place was because it was displayed at a black young man's funeral, and he was killed by someone who would wield the Confederate flag as a sign of slavery, that African Americans should still be slaves and stuff.
I didn't catch that part. All I know is I'm not even going to give you my opinion if it should be on like courthouses or. I'm not even going to talk about that.
Right, I'm just trying to say that's why it was brought up in the first place, was because it was actually over where the funeral was, and that's why it was.
Yeah, but we won't get into it. But a show that's 36 years old on a car that the flag was never mentioned. I mean, there was black people on the show. I mean, maybe one of them looked at it and kind of got funny, but they had a African American police officer in that show, and he was actually one of the more badass guys because Roscoe was a complete dipshit, and he always caught the Duke boys. They didn't treat him different because he was African American. Mm-hmm. He didn't act any different around the car. It was never really mentioned. I agree with you
that TV land is definitely overreacting.
Everyone's overreacting.
They're trying to get on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not okay with it. If you were offended with the Dukes of Hazzard for 36 years and you hated it, and then this happened, okay. But
because if we were on the other side of things and we were anti-gay but we were pro-Confederacy, we would be like, oh well, why don't you ban the gay flag, because that's against our stuff or whatever.
Personally, I think you should do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what flag's up. I don't give a shit about any of that.
Exactly.
I don't support what you say, but I support your right to say it. It's an old quote. It's very true. I don't think I would ever page around with the Confederate flag, but if you want to do it, fucking do it.
Should have killed him for an idea.
I think that there are more important things to worry about right now than a piece of cloth flying on a flagpole.
Exactly.
There are real things happening that we should be looking at.
And I used to watch Dukes of Hazzard on TV Land. My dad used to DVR it, and I will watch it when I have a free time on occasion.
Yeah. I think this is another one of those things that the media is pushing in everyone's face because it's quick and it's to the point and it'll get people's attention.
And it's probably hiding something else going on.
Exactly.
Another thing, NASCAR, trying to be appealing to everyone, did a flag turn-in. You could turn in your Confederate flag for an American one at the race this weekend. As of, I think, Friday night, the race was obviously Sunday, no one came in for the turn-in at all. Zero. I don't know what happened Saturday or Sunday, but I'm guessing that the numbers are probably very similar. People forget where NASCAR started. It was a bunch of moonshiners running from the law with souped-up cars, and it became a sport. Some people don't call it a sport, but it is a sport.
So you're saying meth or cokeheads could start their own sport? That'll become a national sport someday?
If they were able to successfully run from the law, which is a little harder to do these days.
Guy built his own car by doing that.
What?
The DeLorean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The guy was a fucking dealer.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. John DeLorean was a huge drug dealer. He decided, hey, I want to build my own car.
You know that polka dot cadaver quote?
Yeah.
About a DeLorean? That's why.
No, I mentioned Coke, and this is something I learned from my father this weekend. So my father, when he was very little, was from Central Falls. He grew up in Cumberland. My mother grew up in Central Falls. They told me that back in the 70s and 80s, every ounce of Coke that was produced went through Central Falls. Nationally.
Probably very.
That was like the Coke capital, pretty much.
Well, they say Worcester is the heroin capital of the world.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me. There was that one time what show did we see? Where we were coming back. It was Mastodon and Gojira, and the guy started following us. And then we looked at him, and he said something, and he had a question for us. It was, I think, money just for a phone or something like that.
Oh, when we're going under the bridge, walking back to the car.
Yeah, he's like,
I remember
oh,
that.
I'm just, you guys have a nice day. And I was like, I thought we were going to get shot.
Well, you've almost put it on us to get shot a couple times in Worcester.
Oh, once in particular.
Yeah.
Don't ever quote Clerks 2 when you're in a city. Especially the Porch Monkey line.
He did that in front of actually our friend Matt Zappa, who's actually a very cool guy, thank God.
Because he just Rob looked at me like we were about to die.
Actually, you met Matt. He's a big dude.
Big, long dreadlocks and everything. Matt looks up and goes, I love that movie.
And my face was, my chin was dropped.
Yeah. We were waiting for the Palladium, too.
It was an interesting night, but we made it out okay, thank God. So, since we already started talking about metal, there's 2 metal bands that I brought the attention at everyone recently. The first being Hevisaurus, a Finnish metal band for children that dress up as dinosaurs.
Barney meets
Do the
Judas
children
Priest.
dress up as dinosaurs or the band members?
The band members.
Okay.
I'm sure there's children that go to the shows as dinosaurs, though. If we want to split hairs.
Sorry, it was the way you worded it.
Well, I apologize.
Look, if the children dressed like dinosaurs, Jared would not be able to watch it. He wouldn't know that there were kids under there.
This is furries to the extreme. So what did you think of Hevisaurus?
I was horrified.
Was it the rapping?
I think it was the rapping.
Yes, they also rap.
They had
occasionally.
rapping with wrapping paper and kids dressed as elves. I was fucked. I was
I'm
done.
going to have nightmares.
Yeah, we went from Judas Priest to Limp Bizkit in about 5 seconds.
Yeah, that was weird.
They're definitely out there. Still better than what we have on the radio today. I'd rather have my kid listen to that than Justin Bieber or
One
something.
Direction or when. It's actually not bad musically. It's not bad.
They're talented.
They're talented.
They're
I
not
mean,
super heavy, though.
and it's a good thing it's coming from a Nordic country because if anyone knows metal, it's either like the U.S., Germany, the U.K., or the Nordic countries. Sweden, Norway, Finland.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if the U.S. did it. They tell like Avenged Sevenfold. I'd prefer the Finns doing it than us.
I'm okay with it. Ginger?
Watching that music video where the kid was sitting there coloring, goes to sleep. One of the dinosaurs appears out of nowhere behind the screen door, walks up, puts her hand on her. The kid wakes up, the dinosaur's no longer there, and again on the other side of the screen door walking into the clouds. That's some insidious shit right there, okay?
Yeah, that was pretty creepy.
Like, if I was a kid, I woke up to that, you better believe I wouldn't be following that dinosaur outside.
I'd be fine with a gun in a stash, and I'm gonna go get me some publicity. I killed the first dinosaur!
It's kind of funny you mentioned Insidious. I woke up last night at like 3:30 this morning. This is gonna be quick. And I woke up and I'm staring at my ceiling, and it looked like there was a figure that was standing over me. It was coming closer. And I thought it was a dream at first, but I don't think I've ever kicked out of my sleep that hard.
I've done that a few times.
Like I kicked my fucking blankets off and I just jumped up and there was nothing. It's the creepiest
Something
fucking
that
thing.
you know of.
That's happened to me a few times.
Just
I got
remember-
woken up by something tickling the back of my neck, and there was nothing in my room.
That was me.
Just
Yeah.
remember, SLB. It was actually there, and it was there to kill me.
I figured.
Maybe it's not the house that's haunted. Maybe it's you.
The SLB is haunted. Everybody
Oh,
run!
This is so deep.
So,
So deep, guys.
the other band is Baby Metal. It's a Japanese metal band that's also kind of J-poppy.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it more than that. It has an actually very heavy band in the background. They all wear like skeleton outfits. And then there's 3 younger Chinese girls that sing basically
Japanese.
J-pop to it.
Again.
I said Chinese?
Yeah, he said Chinese.
I love
Japanese,
the
sorry.
song. Actually, no, they don't. You can tell by their eyes. I honestly, again, going back to like Hevisaurus, I'd rather have my kids listen to that than what we have over here in the States.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, I actually had no problem with that.
It was very different than, Granted, the girls are young. I forgot how old
2
they
of
were.
them.
2 of them are young.
2 of the 3.
But who knows what will happen once they get older. And who knows, this could even be a contract thing. This might be something they just kind of like force into.
Well, Space Cadet, who we're going to rename Crash for many reasons. Her new name is now Crash. She said she wants her little sister to listen to it instead of the shit she listens to now.
And I would rather, she's 15, I would rather her listen to stuff like this instead of One Direction. At least it probably has meaning. Mind you, it's half Japanese, we don't know what they're saying, but I'm sure it's
And
a
that would
little
incite
better.
her to learn a new language.
Well,
There we go.
Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, the chocolate song in particular is all about wanting chocolate, but I think there are other songs.
Well, that sounds like every woman I've ever talked to when they're in a mood.
I love their outfits. Their outfits are adorable.
Yeah.
I want those skirts.
I would be okay with that. So, not only are we introducing these two metal bands that your kids could listen to, we're also going to do our death match with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to be really fucking weird.
I got this.
Go ahead.
Alright, so it starts off at the end of one of the Baby Metal's, whole gigs. And there's a knock at the door, and it's this little girl. She's in her PJs. She's got a little stuffed thing she's holding on to. And they open the door for the little girl, and the little girl just smiles at them, doesn't say a word, pulls a shank out of the little teddy bear she's holding, and stabs one of the little ones to death. Of course, this gets, a little bit real here, as the other two turn around and realize that, oh my god, she's dead. And the little girl immediately charges the other small girl. And as that's happening, something amazing happens. As the little girl's charging, she just falls asleep. And as she's down on the ground, well, obviously she gets shanked with the shank that was in her hand. But that's when it happens. From Dreamland come the dinosaurs.
Like the dinosaurs from the TV show?
No, the dinosaurs from that band. And as they come out, they have little other kids with them, dressed as elves, with wrapping paper. And they're going to use the tinsel from Christmas trees as groats.
Oh, no, I'm disappointed now.
That's fine.
I thought you were going to say they were going to smother the kids to death with the wrapping paper.
Oh, you can do that too, but no, groats. Groats needs to happen here. So they all come charging in, and, it's looking pretty bleak for the Baby Metal girls. And then the skeletons that give them backup music. They hear the ruckus, and they come in with their guitars held high as they smash the shit out of those little kids and all the dinosaurs. They break all their freaking guitars on their skulls, and there's blood everywhere. And after the end, there's only one dinosaur left that has already eaten two of the band members.
You're slowing down.
And this is the time where they decide that maybe there can be peace. The little girl killed the other little girl, so maybe they can take in a dinosaur. And as they're about to, make peace and sign a contract, the other little girl shanks the dinosaur, and Baby Metal wins.
Alright, we got one for Baby Metal.
Wow, okay.
Oh,
I'm
there you
glad
go.
we're going with long stories here, so I gotta get up for this one.
Alright, who wants to go? Let him
The
go.
girls are Baby Metal. They're on a boat.
They're on a boat!
They're on a boat. And they're traveling. They're going to spend a weekend at this park on this island.
Okay.
Owned by this CEO, who they have these attractions filled with dinosaurs.
Oh my god.
And they're about to show off these two new attractions. So when the girls go off the boat, they're met by Chris Pratt, who's their guide.
Oh god.
Chris Pratt is just awesome. Except it's Andy from Parks and Rec.
Oh my god.
And the driver, or their tour guide is Ron Swanson.
Oh Jesus Christ.
So that's the, they're walking around, they're checking out everything. They go to this one cage, which is, they watch this, that these dinosaurs in the band Hevisaurus is playing. Okay, yeah, they're kind of digging it a little bit. The other side of the park, Chris Pratt has to go away because there's a problem with a cage with a new attraction going on. This hybrid.
A Raptor T-Rex hybrid.
The indigenous Rex. Suddenly, the power goes out. Why the power goes out? Because nobody paid the electric bill.
Because Samuel Jackson
said,
hold on to your
Nobody paid the electric bill, so the electricity goes out. So this motherfucker gets out. Now, little do the girls know that Hevisaurus is also comprised of indigenous Rexes. That's all they are.
And Jared from Subway.
So it's me and Dominus Rex.
Indominus, indigenous.
Indigenous means it's from there.
Indominus, yeah.
Dominus is the thing that they made.
So
It's easier to say than the other one.
now there's not just one. There's like 6 of them, and they're going to town. It's like a little kid on a big box of goldfish, and these things they're tearing apart the crowds and this and that. We finally get the baby metal, and kind of corner the girls. As they all corner the girls, the rest of the members, remember they're from Japan. One of them hits a button. So it's like kind of like a Batman kind of thing where it does everything.
Oh my
Go,
god.
go,
They hit
get
the baby
your button.
metal.
It's gonna
They
be
hit the
Japanese Megatron.
No, they hit this button.
It
This is
makes
actually This is actually very anticlimactic. So they hit the baby metal help button. And all of a sudden, a whole bunch of jets come out of nowhere and kamikaze and kill all the dinosaurs. That's it. Baby metal
I was
wins.
expecting,
I was
to make
expecting
the
babies to fall from the sky and just like
No,
like,
I had
like
a very.
in a hailstorm.
I knew how I was ending it. I just didn't know how I was gonna end it.
I'll see basically do what I normally do.
Yeah, it was
Cool.
a kamikaze.
I'll probably
yeah.
fuck up too. Don't worry.
All right, Mark.
So, everyone likes these two bands. In a perfect world, kids are listening to these guys instead of Justin Bieber. So some dumbass gets the bright idea, let's do a collaboration album. So, they write a couple songs. First songs actually go pretty good. One day, the singer of Hevisaurus decides he wants to rap for the next song. That does not go well with the band members of Baby Metal and Baby Metal themselves. Don't really like his rapping. He wants to sing about Christmas. They really want chocolate. So, the singer of Hevisaurus goes into their dressing room and decides to eat all of their chocolate. This, of course, causes a really, really bad outbreak, and Baby Metal starts trying to beat up the singer. So the singer kicks one of them in the face and then keeps curb stomping one of them. Probably the oldest one, because she's probably the one that picks up the biggest fight. So the other two run off, and they go get the band members of Baby Metal. And it turns into an all-out brawl. Guitars against dinosaur skull. There's stab wounds. And everyone dies, except for one of the dinosaurs, because I got nothing.
So Hevisaurus wins.
So Hevisaurus, because I had a great start, no ending.
See, I didn't end it and no start.
All right, Ginger. Can you make this better?
All right.
We should always save for last, because the shit he comes up with is usually pretty epic.
There's 2 stages.
You've done this before.
Hevisaurus on one stage, Baby Metal on the other. Now, Hevisaurus seems to have more like that 80s Judas Priest, Guns N' Roses type of feel going forward while they're doing their song. Baby Metal got more of that newer stuff, the heavier, and like they're going louder, they're going harder. Until, one of the dinosaurs, some Hevisaurus, just jumps from one stage to the other and starts ripping apart one of the band members. That's gross.
Why?
I hope they didn't catch that on the microphone.
I hope you did.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, well, one of the dinosaurs
I'm
from
gonna fight
Hevisaurus
back, and you're gonna be sorry.
is just like, he's just tearing into the other bandmates.
We're all
Like, they're fighting off a dinosaur. And they lost like 2 members already before they finally killed one of the guys. Then another dinosaur starts coming over, and they have to start fighting that one off. They just keep going at it until it's like, one-on-one. The main singer from Hevisaurus and the main singer from Baby Metal. Just going at it. Like, she has like a large broadsword. He's sitting there. He's got his claws and his dinosaur teeth. Gets a pretty epic battle. Like, he's able to like break the sword, but with a chunk of metal she had left, just able to stab him in the throat and just cut him right out, cut the head off. Then out of nowhere, Kanye West appears and just takes out the gun. Kanye wins.
Wow.
So I guess Baby Metal wins.
Yeah.
There's only one direction, and it's west.
2 to 1 to 1.
Kanye West, this is like the second, because the very first one we did, no, the first one he was involved in.
Yeah,
I forgot who he was fighting.
Bieber.
Bieber.
Yeah, that's actually was the first one, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what started us off. Even though our stories were getting way more lengthy and way less creative, especially me.
Motorhead.
Yeah, let's go with Motorhead. I'm not talking Motorhead, the band that we all love very much. I'm talking Motorhead. Some moron in Maine decided, It would be a great idea to launch a mortar off of his fucking head.
Because he's smart like that.
He was smart like that.
That's
He was
true.
really drunk when he did it, in his defense.
He was so smart he died. Now, if there was a Darwin Award out there that the ceremony didn't happen yet, he's definitely in the running.
Oh, he should be in the running. I'm going to take this mortar, put it on my head, and I'm gonna light it and see what the fuck happens, okay?
I'm not defending the Maynard at all in this
Good.
situation.
Where
I'm
were his
surprised
friends?
because
He had the worst friends
He
in
was
the
at a
world.
party, and they didn't stop him.
Well, for all you know, it was either that or the moose. I don't think you want to go put on the moose because he would have died a little more painfully.
So, anyone else have any good Darwin Award winners?
Oh, there's a whole bunch of Darwin Award winners.
Let's
The
share one. Everyone let's share
nastiest one that was absolutely horrible and it made me sick to my stomach. I'm going to share with you.
Please.
Awesome.
So, there was this girl. She filled up a bathtub a little bit more than halfway with water, so she could get her partner in the mix. So, she decided that she was into crustaceans, and she decided that she was going to shove that crustacean all the way up in there.
I actually have heard this before.
When he didn't move the way that she wanted him to, she burned his fucking face. So he did all sorts of nasty stuff into her. And apparently, what the story goes, is apparently the crustacean that she picked wasn't exactly male. And it had a lot of eggs in what came into her. So she died on the toilet, being ejected by hundreds of crustaceans rushing out of her.
Yep. I have heard that story before.
Wow.
My favorite one is the guy that tried to beat up a polar bear in a zoo.
Ha
The polar bear ate him.
I think I remember that story.
There's no more to that story. That's the story.
Wasn't that from like 10 years ago or something?
Yeah, that was about 10 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
But the guy tried to beat up a polar bear.
Oh my god.
Like, what excites you to try to... Like,
They're just dying over here.
like, what excites you to go fight a polar bear? Like,
That much coke?
Adrian!
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm going out and fighting wildlife. I'm currently up to cougars, but you know,
I think I know one of our
I
friends
start
that was
small from
trying
rabbits to
get one.
raccoons to dogs to
So what
cougars.
you
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 know,
have like a small chance against a cougar. You're not going to win against a polar bear.
that's why you gotta work your way up like I am.
What do you next? What's next? Pandas?
From cougars, you go to coyotes.
Well, oh, different cougar. Never mind. I'm like, why'd you want to fight a cougar?
I just beat up a
Well, that's
woman
the
at a
first thing you
bar.
start with, actually. The first wild animal is actually a cougar. If you can survive, them trying to envelop you, then you gotta fight them off.
Okay. I remember that when I go to the middle-aged bar next week.
Alright, there you go.
Well, before you get killed by the coyote or whatever animal you fight next, we have a new segment we want to try. It's called John Rates Magic Cards. I'm going to give John a random assortment of magic cards, and you're going to rate them.
Let's see here. The first card I have, they're all blue, so they're gonna suck. It's called Compulsive Research. It's a 3-drop, 2 colorless, 1 blue mana sorcery. Target player draws 3 cards. Then that player discards 2 cards unless he or she discards a land card. No,
That's lame.
that's bad. I don't like it. What if I don't have a land card? I just lost like half the shit I drew. No, bad. Let's go here to Dizzy Spell. Okay, it is a 1-drop instant. Target creature gets -3, -0 until end of turn with the ability of Transmutate because it came from the old guild, the original guild set. Transmutate you can do for 3 mana, 2 blue, 1 colorless. Discard this card, search your library for a card with the same converted mana cost as this one. Reveal it, pull it to your hand, then shuffle your library. Play it as a sorcery. The ability itself, early on, to have in your hand is good. -3, -0. Definitely takes out early attackers, so it's okay. I don't mind it. The next one we have is also from the original guild set from Ravnica. Induce Paranoia. It's a 4-drop, 2 colorless, 2 blue. Counter target spell. If black mana was spent to pay Induce Paranoia, the spell is controlled with the top X cards of his or her library to his or her graveyard with X of the spell's converted mana cost. I don't understand why I just can't say 4.
No, the spell cost of the spell that was.
Oh,
countered.
the card that they counted. Okay, I thought they were talking about this one.
That's just like a really bad mill card.
I mean, a counter spell for 4 mana, might as well just make them pay 3 like Mana Leak at that point.
Yeah, seriously.
No, it does mill the card if you put black into it. So if you don't have any black mana out and you just spend 4 mana to counter a spell, that's no.
That card sucks.
And last but not least, again from the Ravnica set, we have Drake Familiar, a 2-drop, 2/1 flying. When he comes into play, sacrifice it unless you turn enchantment in play to its owner's hand. So if there's no enchantments on the battlefield, he's gone. Another card that isn't too great.
So, none of those cards are any good?
One was alright, and that was Dizzy Spell.
Alright, well that's...
I can only actually see that actually getting played by me.
Well, that's card of the week, I guess, is Dizzy Spell.
Yeah.
Hooray for shitty cards. We'll try better next week to get you even worse cards.
Alright.
The more angry you are about it, the happier we are.
Okay, I'll get angry.
That's if the coyote doesn't kill you, of course. So, Magic Origins is coming out this week.
Yep. Who's going to pre-release? Anybody?
I'm actually thinking of going with you.
Ah, cool.
Where are you guys going?
I would
Temple.
like to.
Temple?
Yep.
Where?
What's that? Not Providence. Is it Providence?
It's right near our old Ingress stomping grounds.
Yeah, it's near the old 8 farm.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been to it once. I've actually gone there once.
You go to like midnight one?
It's a 11:45 pre-release. Well, be there for 11:45.
It's
Starts at
technically
midnight.
a midnight.
They cook it for you round 2.
Yep.
I want to be there an hour early just in case.
I mean, I got Friday off, so I could do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we should all go and check out Origins.
Magic Origins is an interesting set. It's the last core set ever made in Magic.
Yep.
For now.
As of now, they have no plans of releasing another one. They could bring it back occasionally.
I hate core sets. They're all shitty cards.
They have really increased the multicolored cards in core sets over the last couple, so they've addressed some of the issues. But they're usually the weaker cards of the sets that come out.
Yeah.
There's always 1 or 2 staples that end up being worth $40. There's always a good amount of Planeswalkers for the collection.
There's actually a crapload of expensive cards in this set.
Yeah, a lot of
in
the Planeswalkers
Origins?
are 25
Yeah,
right now.
Origins,
I need to look at the spoiler set. I
Gideon
haven't
is
looked
the
at it yet.
best.
Hmm?
Gideon is the best.
Oh yeah, it starts off as 1 cast and then
1 cast, 2/1, and for 3 mana, you make him indestructible. To flip him, to make him a Planeswalker, you have to swing with him and 2 other creatures. That's it. You don't have to deal damage, you just have to swing.
Is
Yep.
he white still?
He's still white.
Goblin Pike Driver got reprinted.
Pile driver.
Pile Driver.
Yeah, he's normally like a $40 card on its own right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's been reprinted once, and he's still worth a lot.
Because he's a great card. He gets +1/+0 for every goblin attacking with him.
Yeah,
If you give him trample and first strike on top of that, which you can do in a red deck,
Mm-hmm.
and with goblins, you make mass amount of tokens. So you swing with 200 goblin tokens, he's getting +200/+0 for trample first strike. He's getting through.
I expect goblins to be very big in standard in the next.
Have you seen all the cards that are goblins and elves? They're doing
Elves
a lot
are
of
coming
elves
back
too.
It's nice that the tribal's coming back a little bit.
Yeah.
So Magic's always fun. We all like to play. Crash over here is learning to play. She's getting addicted. Herbie's been playing for years. John's a big player. Maddie's a big player. Sam, however, seems to only play when he's drinking.
Every so often I play. I've been playing since I was like 11, but it's not that I don't like the game.
You just don't like the game.
No, it's just there's games that you like okay, I like this, but I can't spend the time doing it all the time.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Taylor
there's also
messaged me.
video games that are like that for me.
Oh yeah, well exactly, it's like that. Like
What's going on, Taylor?
I bought a bunch of cards at one point and had a couple decks, and I was just
You want to chill.
me and my brother bought a bunch of used cards, and I know a lot of the older cards with all the newer cards like Planeswalkers coming out, they're a lot weaker. And I don't want to spend. I usually don't want to spend the money, and I get enough hobbies as it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll play every so often. However, this past week, and Eric and Pat, this is you. This is you two. I'm calling you out right now. Actually, specifically Eric, because you're an asshole.
Pat plays Magic?
No, this was his first time.
Oh.
Eric, you are an asshole, and I'm gonna tell why. Because I've already told everyone the story. I'm gonna reiterate it.
Make sure you explain the rules first.
So Wednesday nights, I usually go over to my buddy Eric's house. We do a drinking game night. He texts us and goes, I got a game that I turned into a drinking game that I will own your livers by the end of the night. Okay. What is it? It's a card game. Joy. I show up, and on the table next to all the food he bought, the 175 a Kraken, the 175 a Fireball, was 4 boxes of Magic decks. That's right, he turned Magic into a drinking game. And this is how. Instead of life, we had shots. So every time you lost a life, you took a shot. Now, he did cap it at 5 per round. So
I can't swing for 20 at you from the get-go?
no, you cannot.
Damn.
Turn to fucking Emmercruel. Everybody's drunk.
Well, because by the time that we were like the 4th or 5th round, because there was 4 of us playing, Pat had a 15-15. The one who's never played before had a 15-15 out.
Was it Emmercruel?
I don't know, it was like a blue... It was a blue deck.
15 blue? And
Well, no, that was with, I think, some tokens on it or something, too.
Oh, it was one of those cards that's like you can add counters to it. It's one of those.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to ask Eric what card that was. But, so the first couple rounds, I hit Eric for 5. I hit Pat for 5. Let me clarify, too. We had 5 shots. 4 regulars and a double. The first one was a water shot. The second one was anything we wanted. It could be more booze, it could be water, it could be a soda, it could be juice, whatever. The third was Fireball. The fourth one was the same as the second one, anything. And the fifth was a double shot of Kraken. Now, I hit Eric first round, second round I hit Pat, both of them for 5. Now somehow, the game went on for 45 minutes. In the last couple rounds, they both hit me for 5. I managed to do 20 shots. And don't ask me how. I made sure all the extras were filled with water. I remember leaving the house. We went to the beach because he lives in Oakland Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he lives in that general area.
Yeah.
And everything got foggy. Everything just... I remember the beach. I remember smashing my head on a rock.
Oh.
And I remember waking up in the spare bedroom at his house. Oh, I didn't tell you guys this part. So, we ended up, I laid in the bed all day. I ended up calling out of work. The other two kind of laid in bed. When they saw me, they both laughed at me. And I go, what happened last night? And as you guys know, when you black out and you ask this question, The Hangover, from the movie, the moment somebody asks, what the hell happened... This is where... So the first thing I found out was, Sam, what do you remember? The beach. I smashed my head. Yes. Sam, we all saw your dick at least once. Oh! What was that? Well, you were peeing on some guy's SUV because supposedly he was being an asshole. And we said, Sam, are you okay? And you whipped around while you were still peeing and you glared at us.
That's really the only way to do it.
And then
Speaking from experience, that's really the only way to do it.
They kept asking me, they're like, Sam, is it back in your pants? I stopped wiggling it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it in your pants, though? No. Put it back in. Can't sit. Is it in? No. Between that, and I guess I kept stopping. I've seen some of the Snapchats, too. I don't even have them. Pat has them saved. Where I kept walking down the street, and I'm like... This is 3 o'clock in the morning, by the way. Where are my keys? Where's my keys? Sam, I have your keys. Can I see my keys? I need to see my keys. Here's your keys. Okay. Guys, where's my phone? Sam, I need to see my... Supposedly this happened every 5 seconds. They also have told me that we will be doing it again this week, which will not be happening because we have other plans on tomorrow.
I think the week after I want to come.
I will ask Eric and see what we can do. See if
All right.
who else can come. But
Well,
yeah, that's my drinking
Thank you
story.
for sharing your story. Crash, do you have a story you want to tell?
No.
Was this like a blackout week? Like,
Yeah,
Your
someone
brother
else.
blacked me out, man.
I told you, do not drink with him.
Okay, we had a full. I already had some beers in here. I had about 4
She
or
was
5
actually
beers
doing
in
better
me.
than him at the end of the night.
Yeah, I have blackmail on him. I will tell him personally, but I do have blackmail on your brother. But yeah, apparently I throw up in closets. I don't remember any of it, but
She's a moth, apparently. I left my closet light on. I went downstairs to cook food.
And she's smashing into it. The
I'm
light.
cooking food.
no, he's got this.
I
on
hear
me.
this extremely large pounding sound. I have a bunch of die casts on my wall in my house. I'm like, I think the screw's broken. My die cast just fell. So I run up. There's a gallon of liquid in my closet. My dog food crate, which usually blocks my closet off, is pushed all the way against my gun safe. And she's sitting on my hamper of dirty laundry.
That's not the bathroom.
I go, did you throw up? No. Okay, did you pee? No. So you threw up? No. Okay. Why did you knock? I'm like, what did you knock over? No reply. And then I had some posters that I haven't quite hung up yet in my room. I go, you knocked over my posters, you might have bent them. No. I'm going back to bed. Goes right back in bed. She's out till 2 o'clock the next afternoon.
Oh, yeah, I did throw up on myself, by the way. I told them I didn't have to throw up. They put me in the spare bedroom. They heard a thump. And they're like, Sam puked on himself. Look, I had pus. I had no liquid in my system.
Okay, I know I did throw up when I woke up. My breath smelled like puke, so I don't think I did pee in the closet, but I definitely did throw up in it. I must have.
I Lysol the fuck out of that. I didn't care.
You didn't hit any of the music,
It was
did
all
you?
clear.
Huh?
You didn't hit any of
Thank
the music, did you? That's all on the floor. Okay.
She actually barely grazed the
I threw up
Cards
the
Against
clothes.
Humanity box, but the box blocked off all the liquid. It didn't go through.
Oh.
I was very worried. I took the top off. The top was pretty wet, but I dried the top. The cards didn't get wet. I was very thankful.
I did
That's
pee on
good.
fireworks, though.
She did
That
pee.
happened.
She did
That's
pee
the
on the
last
ashes
thing I
of
remember.
fireworks.
Mike was trying to pee on the fireworks. Couldn't, so I
He
did.
had
That's
stage
the
fright.
last thing I remember.
You peed outside on the fireworks?
Yes.
Yeah, she did
How
that.
Why
did
the
someone
fuck
had
do
to
I
put 'em
work
out?
at night?
So yeah, that happened. I woke her up hungover. We went to get Italian dinner, and then I brought her to Seekonk Speedway for the thrill show.
Nice.
Always a staple. I know at least 3 of us have gone. I think only 3 of us.
I've been to Seekonk before.
For the thrill show?
No.
Okay. Well, for the thrill show, they have demolition derby style races. They also have spectator drags, which have become abysmal thanks to cars that are basically computer controlled. Long story there. Not going to get into it. But it was a good day. But I got home, watched a NASCAR race. Just got probably the scariest fucking crash I've seen in a long time.
Mind you, I did all this with a massive hangover. I don't know how I was standing at the end of the day, but I managed.
Yeah, I stayed in bed. I called out of work. I stayed in bed.
Did
till
you
like
guys
4.
actually see the crash?
I did.
Ginger?
Nope.
I know Jess Dick, she was watching the race with me. Herbie, did I show it to you?
No.
Maddie?
I didn't see it, no.
Yeah, we're gonna go on a commercial break.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We got some very, very anxious sponsors to get on our show. Anyway, now a word from our anxious sponsors.
This week on Classic Porno Movie Theater, we will be doing an interview with the actress who was in Debbie Does Dallas, as well as her director. Here's an excerpt from that production with her director. Well, we told her that the plot of the movie is she's gonna suck dick to get to Dallas. And she said she was okay with that. That's right. Join us next Thursday on the CPM channel for another edition of Classic Porno Movie Theater, starring your hosts, Johnny Stickley.
Welcome back from commercial. I hope you buy their product. So during the commercial break, we took a look at some of NASCAR's worst crashes. In my opinion, probably the 4 worst of all time, including the one that happened this weekend at Daytona. Car basically flew up in the air, hit the fence, tore down the fence, and came back down, rolled over, destroyed the car completely. What did you think of that?
Fuck.
Fuck. That's a great answer.
Yeah, that pretty much had to be horrid. I thought it was the most horrible accident I'd ever seen until you showed me the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one I showed was Jeff Bodine's truck crash, probably back in the early 2000s.
2000.
Almost similar. Tore down the fence, got airborne, except for he exploded, rolled over 16 more times, got hit again, rolled over another 6 times after that. He actually did get a little hurt. He broke like a collarbone, cheekbone, stuff like that. but he's still racing today. He's okay. That I consider probably the worst, at least rollover incident. Then I showed you my Carmen in the Busch race, or actually during Busch qualifying, hit the wall. Car got split in half, and then someone came around and almost hit him. It was very, very close. He was completely exposed in that car.
Yeah, I didn't see the cage there anymore.
No, that car
Would've
was...
been dead.
Yeah, the car was completely exposed. And then the last one was Michael Waltrip's Kool-Aid car back in the early 90s. He hit the gate where they opened it up, and then it kind of corrected itself and went into the barrier, basically split the car in half, and he was very lucky. So those are what I consider the 4 worst crashes. At least non-fatal ones. I don't like watching the fatal ones.
I know all 4 of them either happened in Bristol or at Daytona.
Yeah.
The last 2 were at Bristol that you showed us,
Yeah.
and then those 2. Well, it's like a couple years ago, as I said. It was that other one that was all over the news.
I was actually there for what I consider the 5th one. It was at Talladega, which is the other big track in NASCAR. Dennis Setzer almost tore down the wall, and he actually rode the wall as his car exploded and tumbled. I was there for that one. I was on the other side of the track, and that was loud. But
Yep. My buddy was at the one from a couple years ago, and his mother never heard from him. My mother's like, "You should text Andrew, da 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 da."
oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And I texted him. I go, "Hey, buddy, you okay?" Because it was like the 10 years of the station nightclub fire, and his brother died in that, and it was a big. My mom was like, "You should check on Andrew, da da da," and my mom's freaking out. I'm like, "Okay. Hey, bud, how's it going?" "Hey, dude, did you see that crash?" Well, that was hysterical.
There's been a lot of bad crashes. A lot of the bad crashes usually the ones they walk away from. If you ever seen the Earnhardt Sr. crash, it doesn't look that bad. It's just the fact that it was a head-on crash. And those are the ones that usually are the worst because there's nothing to absorb the impact. The rollovers, the car is absorbing the impact. It's doing its job. When you hit head-on, you're taking the whole G-load at once.
Yeah, that was the only race I've ever watched in my entirety. Was what was that, like 2001?
2001, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember watching that and that happened. And they're like, "Yeah, we got to bring out the Jaws of Life." And I'm like, and I was 10. And I'm like, my 10-year-old self knows that they do that. That's not good.
Yeah.
So.
And the car he owned won, and his son was second. So, but he's benefited. NASCAR's let him have bigger motors than illegally have to win some races at Daytona. In my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, and to make it up. So, it's a crazy world out there, to say the least.
Just don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. Have fun.
Don't drive cars that are illegally too big.
Hey, who's to say? Who in their right mind is to say a car is too big? This goes back to the whole Confederate flag
not
thing.
the car, the engine.
Unless it's like, who's to say? Unless it's the NASCAR quality. If there's a specification from NASCAR, that's one thing.
I'll be honest with you.
That's what I mean.
I'll be honest with you.
Nobody's gonna tell me what I can drive.
My theory is he did have a bigger motor, but I don't even think they told Earnhardt Jr. they had a bigger motor because they control the horsepower with the restrictor plate. NASCAR gives you the restrictor plate. They watch you put the restrictor plate in. They have no control over the restrictor plate, and that's what you put an 1/18 of an inch, you're going to have 50 more horsepower with the way those restrictor plate works. It's not hard to do. That's all I'm going to say. We're not going to get into the conspiracies of what races I think Earnhardt Jr. was handed to him, but we're going to
part of the Illuminati.
Oh yeah. But we're going to end there. I'm Merc.
I'm Zorn.
I'm Katie.
I'm the SLB.
Crashed apparently, no?
Ginger.
You guys enjoy your July.